Today is 4/25/2018. First thing I want to bring to attention, I've got pictures of how I received this box. I'm going to take a video of it. But this is the hole that he showed in the video claiming damage to eBay. I want to point out that to me, I'm going to state that it looks like somebody took a hammer that is peeled out. It's not punctured in. I also want to take and shine this light and go ahead and peel this down and shine in there. You can see that the printer is not cracked or broken in any way. Now that's going to be on the left side of the printer. Okay. The picture he showed eBay showed that the printer is broke on the right side, which would be this area here. Okay, no damage. That's not enough with the packing material that I had inside. Nothing underneath it. No matter how you turned the printer in this box, with this being the right front corner, if you turned it, then it would make this over here the right front corner, correct? I'll zoom over here, and I want to show you again that there's no outer damage on that box. The pictures will conclude all the way around. I'm now going to set this on a stand. And I'm going to adjust it here. I'm going to go as fast as I can, folks, at PayPal. You probably noticed in one shot the black shelf in the background where I originally took the picture of the printer on the stand. I'm now going to open this up. First thing I want to conclude is not only did we have cardboard in there, but we also had styrofoam all the way around the unit. I used this going around the edges of the bottom and going around all the way around the top side of the printer. And I had this, a total of 2 inches, actually it'd be 2.5 inches of this in the bottom of the base of the unit. Also sitting on top of the 2.5 inches, sitting on runners about this thick. Okay. You want to come around there and make sure that that's getting everything. I was not notified of getting this back. He violated policy by not insuring the package in return, and also no signature required. I come home from an appointment and found this on my porch. Tracking number on the main package is 7806-0826-9881. I'm now going to open this box. And we're going to go through, see what, I know it's cracked because he sent pictures. After waiting, I'm going to be sending all my eBay conversations to him. You guys are going to be getting about 40 emails from me. this video, I'm going to try to make it as short as I can. It's probably going to run 30 minutes to an hour. You can fast forward through the parts that you want to fast forward through. I'll do a crappy job of taking this. I also had airbags in there as well. That's been noted. I don't know. The tracking's also through FedEx. I'm sure you know that. He's added some green stuff here, which is fine. First thing I noticed is the cassette tray is not bubble wrapped and secured the way I had it. I hope he didn't pull this from the printer and send it. Okay, this is the piece here that he claimed was broke. In shipping to eBay, he claimed damaged. In shipping, therefore, not the item received. And then he changed his story when he found out that eBay was getting him in violation. And then he changed it to the item didn't work and it didn't accept, he couldn't get it past the roll feed paper. So, my opinion, and it may change, folks, but I don't even think he ever had a roll of paper to put in it. But we're going to find out. And why would you wait 15 days to claim this damage? There's one free gift that has been returned. Boy, why he didn't wrap that is beyond me. I'm being told that this was sent to me to inspect it as appear more of alteration of the unit. So that's why I'm making this video the way I'm making it. And I can promise you we're going to go all the way through installing it back onto my computer and checking the functionality of it. This should be instructions and what to do, which this printer hasn't probably been plugged in now in what, 4 or 5 weeks since February 20th. I've got conversations through him with eBay because I did not hear feedback. So I was letting him know, like maybe that big 60-inch you can see back in the background.
Your head is cut off.
I don't care if my head's cut off.
Okay.
There's documentation in here letting him know, and as well I have emails through eBay letting him know that I'm just friendly making contact, that you cannot leave these printers setting off. You can't see it from here, but when I get the printer out, I'm gonna point.
You can cut the box.
It looks like it's hard to say, but I'll show you the spindle that I'm talking about. But boy, if he put that back in that position, he did a darn good job. Here's a cardboard runner that should have been under the unit. He shoved it inside where the cassette tray goes. Hopefully he didn't damage the belt by doing so. You can see my FedEx label. This is what I had wrapped around the cassette. I'm going to reach right here on the table where my shipping supplies are at, and I'm going to match that I do own it. Now let's see here. I'm going to remove this camera, this recorder, 1080p. That's why this is going to have to be loaded to YouTube. Their account should be noted. I want to get into here. This is the spindle lock I'm talking about. What I'd like to know is I had this with the thick side out, pieces cut to go all the way around the unit on the bottom and on the top. There's a half of a piece that down there. There's a piece that he broke. But according to him, and the pictures he sent eBay, and also the pictures I sent you, right down here is where the printer should be broke. And yep, I can put my hand there. Right down here is where the printer, that piece of plastic come off at. See down there? And I just pointed out something else that I definitely gonna prove and fight this all the way to alteration of the unit. Let me see if I can get some light down there for you guys. Well, I just can't get down there far enough without cutting this box. But I want to come up slow. And I have pictures of this unit before it was shipped. And this is what caught my eye. See those scratches? That is gouged. That is gouged into the unit. I'm going to state that this unit's been dropped. Going back on the stand. Okay, I'm going to lift this beast out. And if you would, just need to make sure I can get to my desk because I got to be able to put the software in this. If you would, take that box and just put it in the hallway. I guess he claimed to them that I was some printer business. I don't know. Yeah, I hope putting that net down there on underneath this printer didn't break it. But I want to point out, can you turn that camera? There's a little, I got pictures of this as well, but you see this hole here inside the box, there's virtually no damage to the printer there. Alright. You better be a hawk to do this by yourself, and you better know what you're doing. Set her down nice and easy. Go ahead and pull that net out of there. I want to make sure that net ain't tore. The catch bin. This all of it. I know I put some other pieces in the frame stand box. Is my 2-inch styrofoam in the bottom of that?
No, there's cardboard in the bottom of it.
Yeah, bring that box back in a minute, please. That's good. Just leave it right there. Hang on. I'm just documenting in case this ends up going to court. I don't think PayPal is going to, find that necessary, but I'm not paying for something somebody did. Ladies and gentlemen, I showed you what I had in the bottom of this. It's not even in the box. Again, there's that break. The printer was broke here on this corner. There's no damage to that cardboard, and there's no damage to the regular box itself. There's the other corner. The box is pretty well intact except for right here. And it looks to me like, again, that was more done from the inside out. Go back on the stand here. Okay. I'll get this spun around. This is the, does that pick me up here, down here?
Yeah.
Where this piece broke, hit with a hammer, whatever, this metal part here is the part of the printer drain pan carriage. I also have emails from him stating it didn't matter whether 1, 2, 3 corners were broke as long as the printer worked. So my intention is
That's bent.
yeah, I mean, see, the thing is you got to take this apart to get to, you know, to get into this, but, you know, it's like I told the lady on the phone. I just don't see any box damage that would cause this. I mean, it looks to me, the way the metal is, it looks to me like it was dropped.
Mm-hmm.
And with the stress fractures there, and with this scratch being here, and there's also a crack up here. This is also a crack. This is not just a scratch that I was talking about earlier. To me, that indicates that it was dropped when a person was trying to. It wasn't dropped in the box because it was padded too well. Yeah, you can pry out on that, and I can pretty much move this whole piece. I don't know that with that piece being that loose, I don't know that the printer will even go past the ECU. I mean, I would have a whole lot different feelings about this if a person wouldn't have waited so long to file a claim. I mean, I tried getting damage claim for him and I couldn't do it. And this is the side that the ECU's on, like I said a minute ago, the computer component, the brain to the unit, so. It's got a stress fracture over here too. Looks like the printer's booting up. I'm going to go ahead and angle this. See if we get with the cartridge here, see if it'll come up out of its hole, because the thing about it is the screen would have given error and he never said anything about an error. Yep. It's sliding across and doing its deal. I mean, if this thing prints on paper and prints on a roll paper, I have no mercy for this guy. I hope he used another one of these and resealed the CD in there. If I'd have known this was going to happen, I would have. There's the print. I have all this documentation. I can show you this come out of this printer. You can match these up every printer prints a unique print pattern. The screen is showing normal status. It's good to go. There are no confliction problems with the ECU. The ink is full, as it was when I sent it. So folks, I'm going to skip this because I don't need it. This was just proof that the printer worked. And I think with what I'm seeing on this screen here, I'm going to prove that the printer works. And then I'm going to go back to the deal that he didn't know what he was doing, or he had buyer's remorse. And again, he violated y'all's return policy. And should have his account. Yeah, I'm not going to get deep in that. Go ahead and turn that camera towards me, please. I'm going to now install this in my system so I can get this thing up and going and get it printing. And prove that this bad boy works. And this is a part y'all might want to, now that you can see my face, it's nice to meet you. This is a part y'all might want to fast forward through. Basically what I'm doing now is installing the software. But I'm going to leave the camera running, the recorder. So there's no gaps. They said send pictures. I didn't want pictures. I'll give you pictures. But I wanted nothing but a solid straight video to show me taking that out of the box and doing no alteration to it whatsoever. And the only way to get that is with a solid straight line video.
It says 3 minutes at the top. Why? Now it says 2 minutes. I don't know, is it running down out of time?
Well, it might be. It may only record 30 minutes at a time. That may only record 30 minutes at a time. We're at 27, so if that stops, we're going to immediately turn around and hit the record button again and start again. And that may be getting low on the card too. Should be searching for networks. Okay, got my network right here. See what it does. I've got a 2 gig card we can put in it.
It's not doing none yet.
Has it got down to the second yet? I just can't picture.
Oh, it's the battery, I think, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Because now it says.
I got batteries. I forgot all about the card. I should have put the big card in it before we started.
Yeah, that's what it did.
Okay, that's the card.
Okay. Okay, the battery's fine. I just saw it.
Yeah. Alright, let me get a card. I got this 2 gig card. Should I just open up this 32 gig?
I don't care. That's fine. So the rest of whatever you do is on one card.
Yeah.
Wallaby. This is recording again.
Okay, I think we're back up now. Sorry about that, folks. This is a 4 gig card I took out. I should have put the 32 gig that I just put in there. So I run out of room. Which I can compile those. I may have to send you two YouTube links. I don't know if I'll be able to compile those both together. Let's see here. I want to install. Skip the eShare account for now. Alright, so I want to get some paper. And the first thing we're going to do is check the multi-sheet option. Now I'm going to go ahead and print the terms and service of the print of the eShare, so you can print it anywhere in the world. Sorry, it's asking me a question. Talking to the printer here. See if we're going to be able to get ink levels out of it. It's giving ink levels on the screen. If it don't give me ink levels here, then we may have a damaged ECU. Oh, that's the wrong printer. cancel.
That's doing something.
Well, see, I haven't even put our password in. That's what's our internet password.
Well, it's doing something over there, connecting or something.
Okay, it's finally connecting up. So I'll go ahead and type printer. I'll get my printers up here. Oh, it does that by itself. I shouldn't have hit that power button. I forgot it restarts. Download was successful, so we'll be up and going here shortly. Okay, is that got that? Okay. I've downloaded the software and it went through my Wi-Fi and it's getting ready to connect. Blue dot shows I'm connected. And it'll be getting ready to print here shortly. Should be this one. Okay, now that I've got them in my printer folder, I'm going to go back and hit print to this. Should be the GL2. You get my drink. I don't have this connected yet. These printers ain't like household printer. I don't remember using the C322 last time. I thought I used the other one. Should have the right one set now. Yeah, I had it set the whole time. Sorry, folks. There was an icon behind it that just now let me finish putting the software on. So let's see here. Let's print something. Select my paper size. What is 8.5 by 11?
Letter.
Yeah, but is it JIS?
Where's your little book?
Okay, set and print to the multi-sheet tray, and looks like it's going just fine. And had he done this sooner, there was a T120 on eBay for 120 bucks that a person could have replaced that bottom piece. But is that zoom? Can they see that?
No, they're not going to be able to read it, even if
I
it's
don't.
in.
I just want them to see that
Yeah,
it printed the
you can see
page.
it, yeah.
Okay. All right. We printed there off the multi-sheet. Now, what I'm going to do is, in order to print on a roll, I don't guess I need to explain to y'all how to do it, but he couldn't get the roll feeder to work. So first thing you got to do is select roll, and then you got to hit load roll, and then it tells you the first step you need to do is to put this in. It's got an automated video going on here. I can get it closer, but I think y'all take my word for it. So then you open this up, pop the tray, slip that clip off. Get your roll of paper. Which reminds me, there's an adapter that I hope is be put in the stand box, because if not, there's an adapter missing to the unit for the bigger core rolls, for the 3-inch core. This is different than that big printer. Okay, lock that in place. You can replay it. And it shows you how to feed it and all that. So, I mean, I already know how, so I'm going to go ahead and feed it. You just push it in there till you can't push no more, till you feel a little tension. And you hear the machine beep. And once it beeped at me, I'm going to close the lid, and it's asking me what type of paper did I load on the roll. Photo, this and that. It's detecting that plain paper's in it. I can already tell you this guy's lying about the roller not working, because it's even detecting the paper. So that's the most vital circuit in the roll system. So I'm going to continue, and now it's going to go ahead and pull the paper and do its deal, and then I'll run a print on it. And then I'll spend about 3 hours. The printer is not able to complete the load because it cannot detect the paper. Try using a different paper and avoid transparent types. If the problem says call HP. So now we're going to make sure that this is tight. And the first problem is that paper was in there. So it's trying to detect two papers at once. And that may have been what happened to him, but he wouldn't call me. But you can't, that's big confusion. You can't have paper in that. But let's see if there's not something wrong with this, with the circuit when it got dropped or whatever happened. It's pulling the paper through. I just told the lady on PayPal I'm going to shoot this video like this because I don't want, you know. And it's like I told her, it could change. You know, I could be in the video thinking one thing, and then once I just got to it and realized I had an error, oh, maybe this gentleman's right. But it doesn't make it right that he waited as long as he did to file the claim. So anyway, no, I found out, oh, no, because my big printer, you know, I haven't used this since I sold it. So the automatic cutter, it detected wrinkles in this paper, so the automatic cutter just cut the wrinkles off. And now it's telling me roll successfully loaded. I'm going to hit OK. And now I'm going to go ahead and do a print for you. Is that still recording?
Yep.
Software update for that. I wanted to open up these pictures so I can print. There we go. I'll just print this one since it don't have whole lot of color in it. Paper size.
It'll only do 30 minutes at a time.
So my recorder only does 30 minutes at a time. So basically, I started to print the roll and I stopped it because it wasn't on film. So there's part of it. But I'll be providing an email from eBay during our conversations and his to eBay stating that he couldn't get it to work past the roll. And I'm here, according to PayPal, to prove that the unit is not damaged other than the alteration from him dropping it or whatever took place. I mean, FedEx, I provided a FedEx claim number to y'all. They laughed at me. They said, we don't know what he's done with it. 15, 17, I need to look at the date. It's either 15 or 17 days, but they told me that we don't know what he's done with it in that amount of time. Yeah, I can't blame him. I do, in my professional opinion, do not think that that was damaged in shipping. And I would stand up in a court of law and testify to that. Because due to the stress fractures and stuff that I see on there, it looks like it was dropped on that right side. Like the person wasn't strong enough to handle it or whatever. My preview looks good. I'm going to print and I'm going to be ending these videos. You'll have to get 3 of the videos. And you'll be getting a bunch of emails from me. You'll be getting all the conversations from eBay. I'll be PDF filing those or printing and scanning them, one of the two. But this shows you right here, he stated to eBay that he couldn't get it the roll feeder to work. The roll feeder works just fine.
Down. Yep.
And it cut the paper. There's nothing more I can show you to this unit. other than it's 100% fully functional. And I will be sending these videos out, and I will be completing with emails as well. Once again, so you can see me, thank you. And I'm sorry, I've also offered, if necessary, to, I'm only 8 hours from Omaha, Nebraska. I know where you're located at. Used to drive for Warner Enterprise. As much time as I've spent with this guy, and now I just proved him wrong and caught him in 3 or 4 lies, which I'm going to provide you those lies in eBay conversation. All this guy had to do was call me. I could have logged into his computer remotely. I could have talked him through it. You cannot email back and forth and try to fix an issue. I'm going to be down in Houston. I graduated in Humble, Texas, right where I shipped this unit. I know exactly where he lives. I'm going to be down there for a family reunion in about 3 weeks. I mean, he said this was for a friend of his, and it's turned in to be his. I'm going to be sending you that documentation conversation through eBay. But I'd have been more than happy to go by his house. But anyway, none of that matters. I think that, and with the stress fractures on the unit, my professional opinion is, folks, this unit was dropped on the right side. Thank you.